You ain't got no money, you fucked up them bands, the fuck is you saying? Can't hang in the hood, I'm good in the hood, the fuck is you saying? Feel better when you come from nothing. Now he had to ask a nigga for nothing. Still toting pistols thugging in public, the fuck is you saying? Hood niggas.
Why is Tekashi so important?
And I said, I don't believe he is. You have to ask certain people. And I think you'll get different answers from certain people. Some people don't think he's important at all.
I would disagree with that because the numbers say opposite. And I think this is probably the most talked about situation in music history when it comes to hip hop music. And I was just curious to understand why Tekashi and not any other rapper that's been in a situation like this.
Can you name another rapper that's been in a situation like this?
I mean, we all been in conflicts. We all been in shootouts. We all been in robberies. We all been in crime-related incidents. And me naming other rappers that's been in specific situations like Tekashi ain't really my place to say that. But what I would like to say, though, is if Tekashi is the conversation right now, there has to be a reason why it's so potent and why it's so important and why everybody's so emotional about it, right? So I can respect everything you said, and you are right, because you came from a generation that lived by that exact code that you're talking about. I get it, and I'm with you. I promise you on everything God knows, Allah knows I'm with you when you say the things you said in the way you believe it. Now me, I've grown since that time that I sat and wore the shoes you're wearing today. And what I realize is that there's a bigger picture than just telling or what we call snitching. When you look at 6ix9ine, and you might disagree when I tell you this, I feel that he's being victimized right now, right? And the reason why I say that is we're expecting him to understand codes that he never lived under. We're expecting him to live by a code that he never ever was a part of in the first place. We're expecting him to understand the rules of engagement in the streets when he's not a street guy. We're expecting him to follow all the rules of the things that the people around him should have brought to his attention or should have taught him before he got into it. Now, clearly he's an entertainer. He gonna say all kind of reckless shit. He's doing it right now, right? But what entertainer you know ain't gonna do that? 50 Cent did that same shit Tekashi doing 10 years ago.
But see,
right? As far as I'm talking about being antagonizing.
Can I say something? But I want, and I hear what you're saying. I don't want to cut you off because it lags in and out. But there are a couple of things that I would like to respond to. First, 50 Cent was actually a street nigga. 50 Cent was listen to what you've been giving examples, right? And I've been listening to examples about people that did what he's doing, and you compare him, like you say, yo, like you was talking about gang culture. You say gang culture is gonna attract gang people. You know, when Game came out, he was for gangbangers. Game was a gangbanger. When Snoop came out, he was a gangbanger. You said when NWO, let me just say, let me finish.
Right, just on that part. And the reason why I understand you and I know why you feel like that, because you're a rapper yourself and you are also a street nigga. We all know. I know your history, my nigga. You're a real street nigga. You done did your time. You did what you had to do. And you lived and you took hip-hop from a standpoint of your real life situations. Hip-hop was not only a vehicle for you, but it was a lifestyle to you. So I know why you feel that way. This generation, this hip-hop ain't no lifestyle for them, bro. They don't know about half this shit. Most of the people that's talking street ain't never been in the street. Most of them ain't real street niggas. So we can't categorize them to be one.
But that's what I'm trying to explain to you, right? If you go outside, right, and you take a gun, run in the bank, and you say, and you ain't a bank robber, right? You're going to hell, Akon. They don't give a fuck. They don't listen to what I'm tell you. Look, I'm not gonna ask you, yo, are you really a bank robber? Like, who did you learn how to rob banks? It's the same rules apply. If you jump, listen to me. If you can't fight, right, and you jump in the ring with a nigga who can fight real good, and you throw on gloves, he gonna beat the shit out of you. Nobody's gonna say, yo, how many have you practiced? Are you really a boxer? What I'm trying to explain to you, this man jumped into a field, right? And he did all the shit that the real gangster niggas do. They call you out. They say, I'm gonna come to your block. I'm gonna do this to you. I'm gonna do that. He called out everybody, told niggas to suck his dick. He said, when men sat him down respectfully and said, yo, brother, you bugging out. I watched the interview. Charlamagne said, yo, you gonna die or go to jail, beloved. Like, you putting yourself in real. And he said, fuck that. I'm street. I'm this nigga. I'm gonna handle this and I'm gonna do this. He had niggas shooting Chief Keef and these niggas. These niggas is body. They catching bodies in Chicago. They not playing. He going to Chicago in the middle of the street. He not only putting his life in jeopardy, he put everybody who went with him, and they knew he was, but they, and this is for me, right? When they say that these people stood and protected him against real street niggas that they know probably would have took their life and stood up beside that man.
Bro, if they was protecting him,
bullet.
But what I'm saying is, if they was protecting him, first of all, he wouldn't have got that close to the street. Real street niggas know the fucking, they know the, nigga, they know the consequences of what that is. So if you're protecting him, you ain't gonna have him that close to the street, period. And the part I think, honestly, that I think the world is missing, and specifically this conversation, is that this is entertainment. In real life, we're not going to rob no bank because we know we're gonna goddamn get caught.
Yo,
No, hold on. I'll let you talk now. I ain't stop you. When you said the bank robber thing, you're right. But that's in real life, bro. This is fake. This is entertainment. This is not real. We are in the music business.
Yo, Con, can I ask you a question?
But this is what I'm saying. This is nigga, we in here to make money, get rich, and die. We're not in here to get killed early before we get to the bag. Who does real things on real life and social media on TV for everybody to see? Who does that, my son?
What I'm trying to explain to you, right? I just, because to me, like, so listen to me. Based on what you saying, right? Tekashi should have been able to go to the judge and said, no, none of this shit is real.
No,
Listen. You said, listen to what I'm saying. You told me. No, I'll let you talk. I just want to know, based on what you said, Con, to go to the judge and say, hey, this is all entertainment. We didn't really shoot at them people. None of this shit that I'm being locked up for, that you trying to give me 40 or 50 years, none of that shit ever really happened. This entertainment for the cameras, for social media. Did that shit work with the judge? Did the judge, did him saying that he was entertaining somebody stop people from getting, did he, he didn't, when he sat on that cell, and and another thing is, that man told on people that ain't have shit to do with it. Like, he was saying, yo, Cardi B, Cardi B does this, and yeah, Jim Jones. Like, this man bought niggas that never even really talked to him in the streets. Never seen like this.
Listen, I agree with you. But this is the thing. Tekashi ain't never denied that he was a snitch. He owned up to the fact that he was a snitch. He ain't denied. He said,
listen, you got my point. Con, you got my point, right? So,
right.
I don't even talk about Tekashi. I haven't. When he first came, I knew he was going to do this when it first happened, and because I've been in the streets, I know a real nigga. I knew he wasn't going to stand up. So cool. I said it. I said I told you. I left it alone. He came home. I didn't even respond. I was angry. The only time I respond, Akon, was when Nicki Minaj did a song with him, and then you let this man remake one of my favorite songs, a stand-up nigga song, not just any song. I would have been mad at you because I respect you on a different level. I seen you as one of me. You understand what I'm saying? It was like me seeing my homeboy walking around with Alpo, like a nigga that I fuck with in Harlem walking around with Alpo. I don't really give a fuck about Alpo. I said he a snitch. I'm done with him. I don't really care about him, and I'm not trying to run around. I'm not angry at you. You a snitch. You've been categorized as you are. Whether you move around, cool. Do that shit with the creeps. But listen to me. Let me finish. But when it's somebody that I respect, somebody that I seen, like you said, you on the same shit that I am, you can't be on the same shit that I am because there's no way on God. I don't give a fuck how much money they offered me. I don't give a fuck how much entertainment they are. There's no way on God's green earth that I would ever allow Tekashi 6ix9ine to do anything with me. Anything. It's character.
Listen, we follow the same code. I believe in character as currency.
I don't listen to me at this point. I'm listening.
I don't want to lose.
Same code. I'm not saying, not to diminish you. We can't follow the same code because the code I live by, I can't do nothing with that man.
All right, but that's fine. That's you. It's okay. But
We don't follow the same code. I'm just trying to clarify that because it's no way I can't do nothing with it.
my son, explain something to you. This code that everybody talk about, that only maybe 1% of niggas out in the streets actually follow, don't mean shit to me.
But
I'm not. Hold on.
You said that we follow the code.
But let's be clear though. Let's be clear.
All right.
I grew up, yes, in fucked up situations, been through some fucked up, scenarios, might have done some crimes here and there to survive and feed my family, but I'm not a street nigga, my nigga. Now, I'm gonna defend myself if a nigga try me a certain kind of way, but that's just me being a man defending myself. What people call street nigga and this code that's attached, it's all bullshit. What I'm trying to say is, as a man with real integrity, there's going to be things that you follow as a person. And I think when people start trying to categorize a street, that and this is just what you categorize themselves in as far as what the environment they came from. So when you try to tag that on somebody that didn't come up like that, or tag that on somebody that don't understand that until they're around people that do, it's not his fault for being misled. That's all I'm trying to
And I hear what you're saying, right? This is what I'm trying to say. You saying that this code I'm no longer a street nigga either. I've been out the streets for years. I did 7 years in prison. I came home. I've changed my life around. I'm a civil rights activist. I'm an anti-violence. I work with young kids in the street. And this is another thing that I want you to understand. Not only is he a rat, he's just bad for the culture in general. Like listen, let me just
to the culture. Like,
real
quick. See, the introduction to the culture was wrong. He came in through the wrong side with the wrong information. And this is what all the generation is going through, bro. And guess what? He ain't gonna be the first or the last.
Can I say something? Can I say this one?
You and people that understand what this is to give them that. Because half of them didn't have nobody to give them that. I came up with OGs that made me understand how this shit works.
Can I say something to you? I just because you cut me off. I let you talk. You not let me get my point. So I just want to get 2 points across, right? You're saying that this thing that's attached, this code that's attached to the streets. I'm no longer streets. I have a code of ethics and integrity as a man. I have a moral compass as a man. My moral is if I do something, I want to be held accountable, and I'm gonna deal with I'm gonna be accountable to me as a man. That it has nothing to do with streets. And I know a bunch of people that has never done a street shit in their life, but that's how they live their life, right? So that's one, right? So to me, it's a code of conduct as a man, that man, his moral compass does not agree with mine, right? So what I also want to say is, when we was talking about, this man just came home from prison where he was facing a bunch of time, was crying, said he home to his family. He told on that. You did all of that shit, right? To come back with the same attitude. Your moral compass and what you represent totally goes against who I am as a man.
Right.
On the money, there's no amount of fame. I don't give a fuck how many streams you got. I don't want nothing to do with that individual as a man because my moral compass and my kids is watching me. I don't want this person around my kids. I don't want my wife. I don't want nobody that I respect and love to see me attach myself to somebody of that low caliber.
Right.
So it has nothing to do with street nigga.
Right. So with that being said, you're right. His behavior today, it could be a little bit more sensitive, but he's defending himself from everybody attacking him too, bro. You gotta understand that part. So it ain't just because he's doing all this because, I mean, he is being attacked, and he ain't no punk. He gonna fight back.
But no, he is. See, that's what we confused the man. The punk, he ain't gonna fight back. Because if he was gonna fight back, he would have fought the case. Con, he didn't fight the case. He ain't gonna fight back. He didn't fight.
But do you know all that was attached to this case, though?
What? Tell me what I'm missing.
Did you know that this man was kidnapped by them same niggas that's supposed to protect him?
Listen to me.
No, this man was. Nigga, they tried to kill this man.
Yeah, you know how many niggas I know that was kidnapped in the streets? That's part of the streets.
But what I'm saying is, see, everything you're saying, I agree with you up until the point. There's a point where their street code don't exist.
You keep
Street code,
taking. Oh, I
no,
already told you. I go
well,
by man code. This shit.
there's a point. There's a point where loyalty no longer exists. If I'm
Listen,
riding, listen, just understand me, right? And what I'm doing right now, just to be very clear, I'm playing the devil's advocate because nobody seems to want to have that conversation or the hard side of both sides for us to think it out, talk it through. Because if one person says something in defense or somebody say something in credit of someone else, they naturally, like, my integrity as a man, as a person, I don't need other people to validate who and what I am, right? But at the end of the day, if I see that there's unbalanced information, I may say some things you may not quite agree with, but that don't make it my character as a person and as a man. I'm just saying is, what if this situation or scenario ended this way and you was in it? Would you make the same decision knowing all the characteristics?
I would listen to what I'm. Let me explain something.
Okay, no, say it and then say it. Then let me give you a scenario, and then you tell me if that's gonna be the same answer you give me.
This right. I was in the streets, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I got locked up for a crime I didn't do.
Right.
But I probably got locked up, and I probably knew the person who did it.
Right.
But the reality of what comes with the streets, right, is the days that I got away for the shit that, you know, that I ran away and I got away, they probably locked somebody else for the same crime I did. Right? Somebody probably they got away. I got away a couple of times. They snatched the nigga the wrong. That comes with the street game, right? You can't profit off a lifestyle and a reality. And then when it's time for the consequences, you don't want to deal with those consequences.
And I agree with you. I agree.
And that's what I'm trying to tell you. So whatever came with me, I didn't go and say, yo, this person did this. I took my time like a man. I went to trial. I knew what was going on, and I took my time and I sat down like a man. And I came at the peak of my career when I was about to be the fucking next biggest thing. I sat down and did my time like a man. Never blamed nobody. Never cried. I did what I was supposed to do because I understand that's what comes with this shit.
Right, but you a street nigga. You understand that.
Me a street, no, you know, listen to me, before, no. Before the word street nigga came, it was just being a real nigga. I don't know no street nigga. Okay, I was just...
Now let me give you a scenario. You come up with a pack of niggas, right? Y'all all got this bond and this agreement that y'all gonna hold each other down. One for all for one. That's the motto. No matter what, nigga, we're gonna go off guns blazing. That's what it is.
Okay.
And it's just a general scenario. I don't want to blame it to Tekashi.
Okay.
Now y'all all together. Y'all agree amongst each other that we're gonna commit this crime.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all commit the crime.
Yep.
In the mix of committing crimes, you, in the scenario, are now betrayed by the same people you had bonds with.
Okay.
Kidnap, try to kill you. Y'all all get caught. Now you're sitting in front of the jails. The cops is asking you, listen, we've been following you. We know what's going on. And this is the situation. You got two options. You can save yourself from the guys that's trying to kill you, or you can save the guys that's trying to kill you and eventually die anyway. Which do you want to choose?
I'm going to choose that the cops got to do their job, and I'm going to fight my case.
No. In this case, they already have all the information.
Then that means that they got to do their job. If they got the information, they don't need
all that. See,
they don't need me, Con. They don't need me if they got the information. What they need me for?
In this case, right? They
Uh-huh.
have, and you even have the information because they didn't kidnap you and tried to kill you.
Okay.
Now, from a street nigga standpoint.
No, from a real. I don't want to be a street nigga, Con.
No.
I'm niggas from a real standpoint. I speak for real niggas. I don't speak for street niggas. I speak for real worldwide.
No, listen. We understand that part. What I'm trying to tell you.
I've never been to jail. They never been in the streets, and they believe exactly what I believe.
All right, and the reason why I asked that question is because same code that we all follow. Always make that same decision you just made. But the part that people forget when they make that decision is that they got a whole nother family that they alienate. The family, hold on, let me finish. The family be there. The son that needs to be raised by him. The daughter that never grows up without a father. This is all the other things that happen that people do not take into account. They so worried about being a real nigga that the real responsibility should be the decision you make for your family. Not for them niggas. That's cool. But your family, your blood gotta be worth more than some shit that y'all just following of a code that nobody fucking follow.
Okay, so can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
So why didn't nobody think about their family until they were sitting in the room getting offered time? Because you was doing this. No. Listen. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Real niggas think about their family. The real niggas I know, they made a. No. Listen to what I'm saying. I want you to get this. No.
Real niggas do 3 times life in jail, my nigga.
But it doesn't. But real niggas, and that's good. You know, I know a bunch of real niggas that's doing 3 times life. I know some of them that came home, gave it back. But what I'm saying is, the real niggas did an act, right? And they made a conscious decision. I know what comes with this act. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna go to jail, and I'm gonna try to live it up until those days come. And whatever comes with what I've done as a man, I'm gonna live with that. That's just being a man. So don't tell me about your kid. Don't tell me about. It's like a nigga. Yo, Carl, listen to me. Look, this is what happens. Carl, listen.
And like so when we talk about Tekashi, he had to choose them or his family. He chose his family.
No, that's not what he had to choose. He had to choose.
Only choice he had in front of him. They was all gonna do double life.
What I'm trying to explain to
you. Kidnapped by the same nigga supposed to protect you, and they trying to kill you, and you wouldn't make the decision. Family.
Explain to you is this, right? I've been locked up. I know a lot of niggas in jail.
Right.
If you giving me information that I already got, you can't get out of jail in a year. All right? The information that you giving to the police has to be pertinent to this investigation for them to move forward. They're not asking you some shit that they already know about, eh? They asking you shit that only you can give information to seal this case. So when you say going to jail anyway, that's not factual at all. That is a lie.
No, but that's not what we're debating here. That's obviously, if they got you sitting there questioning you, they clearly got something to question you about, because they got to have something to question you about. In this case, they got the evidence in front of him. It's sitting right there.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. If they got the evidence in front of them, then they don't need you. They're not giving. If a nigga telling you gonna do 40 years, Carl, I've been in jail. I know a bunch of niggas. If the police come, if the police come to you and they saying you go 40 years, right? We already got all the information. We know all of this. You could do 40 years, or you could tell us and get 1 year in jail. You know what that means?
That's not what we're talking about here. What you're talking about, hold on. There's two. Okay, that's not what we're talking about.
So what are you talking?
Okay, what you're talking about, that we came up under. I get that, nigga. We know what that is.
You keep saying we came up under. The niggas,
bro. Difference, my nigga.
It's a bunch of. Nah, it's a bunch. Listen, it's a bunch of different. Still live by the code. You keep saying we came up the. It's a code of ethics and manhood. It's not just us. It's a bunch of young niggas that still feel the same way. I'm not gonna allow. See, this is what my problem is with what you've been.
But before you go there, even if you say there's an ethic of code of manhood, these young boys ain't have no man there to give them that.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, Con, and that's why what you do. But that's why what you doing is dangerous, because you're grown. No.
It ain't dangerous.
It is. Nah, what you doing is dangerous.
Bro, somebody understand. Okay, first, bro. So you mean to tell me you talking to a guy? So you mean to tell me? No, you're talking. Hold on, real quick. So you mean to tell me you're talking to someone like 6ix9ine who has influence over 100 million kids, right? And you see that there's a direction that could be corrected in him, and you won't take that direction to save 100 million kids over a code?
What do you mean? That's what the code is, to save the kids.
So you don't let 100 million kids go blind because you trying to follow a code.
He already did that. What I'm trying to listen, let me explain something to you. What you doing is dangerous, right? Because not only did
It's
let me
dangerous
explain
for future generation if I don't correct 6ix9ine today.
let me explain something to you, right? What you're doing is dangerous. It's like this. It's like with the OGs, the old gangbanging niggas, right? That's in the hood giving niggas guns, right? They like, well, they gonna shoot anyway. I don't go by the same code that I live by. I'm just gonna give them a gun because, hey, what they shooting anyway? You saying that you don't need to correct the action. You know it's again. What do you mean? That's what you telling me, eh? You telling me that you don't need to correct bullshit. That's what you're saying. You know. Listen to me. You know that this man went against everything that manhood represents for us. You know he did that, and you still not.
But the point is, he's not denying that he did it. It's one thing if he's not denying that he did it.
He's like it makes. Not only is he, no, he's not denying it because he's trying to tell you that you supposed to do it.
He wouldn't have been caught up in that situation in the first place.
Nah,
and what I'm trying to prevent it for future generations with it.
Ben, he doing the same shit, Carl. He doing the same. He got the same mentality. You ain't preventing nothing.
Oh, Mysonne, you act like somebody that young is gonna change overnight, my nigga. We gotta have in this generation.
Yo, listen to me. This man had a.
You can't expect him to understand and feel and run the way you run overnight. He wasn't built
overnight.
Him like that. Guess what? Piece of work. Nobody's not gonna deny that. That nigga's a piece of work and mad reckless. Yes, I know that. I can deal with niggas like I've done with kids like him before.
That man went to jail and was facing almost 50 years in jail and should have been humbled. And that man came home on the same bullshit. The same bullshit.
Because he never had a role model, my nigga. He never had no OG next to him. He never had just expect him to change over. He just got out. And then
that man was in jail for a year, facing 40 years. Niggas wanted to kill him. He realized he wasn't built like this. They still probably got money on his head right now. He got to walk around with federal agents that got bulletproof headgear on. Like, if that don't change you, my nigga, you ain't gonna change.
He hasn't.
You try to do something that makes sense.
But how do you know he hasn't changed though?
Because you see it. He has
with him every day.
That man has done. He's done change.
What you're seeing is entertainment, bro.
Well, it's not entertainment. You listen to what I'm trying to tell you. Yo, Con,
this is what the world has come to now. It's online. It's social media. Everybody Instagram, like, nigga, you already know that half the lives that everybody show on IG is all fake.
Niggas is dying online, Con. Niggas is getting shot in the head online. These niggas is holding the camera while they shoot you in the face.
But that's exactly. You just proved my point. You just proved my point, though. You just proved my point. So if we don't stand in front of this, guess what? That shit gonna continue.
You're not standing in front of it. What you doing is you're co-signing a rat, a nigga who has no moral compass. That's what you do. You're going on a tour right now. You're going on a tour.
I'm catching
okay.
Of what had already happened. My conversation is healing him to the future. It ain't dealing with him with what he did in the past. We ain't gonna get nowhere by saying, oh, that was fucked up, you snitch. He knows that shit.
No, but the thing is, no, but that's not what you're doing, Con. You're going on and you're explaining why he snitched and why it makes sense.
Listen.
You went off at least 3 different platforms and said, oh, it don't matter. He did this. He's doing this. It don't matter. These people did this. And you're trying to justify why that man snitched. You did it 3 times. You try to give reasoning. You try to say it made sense for him to do it. And you try to say, oh, he needs, we need to understand it's a different game. And what you're doing is trying to make the public accept this as normal behavior. And that's not okay with me. You're trying to normalize it. You're trying to say 80% of niggas snitch. That number right there is I think 80 is a lot of niggas in jail, but I don't think it's 80%. I don't think it's 80. Let me say something too. Another thing you said. I know a lot of kingpins. I know a bunch of kingpins, Con.
I'm not justifying anything.
You are.
No, listen. I'm not the kind of nigga that's gonna sit here and agree to everybody's decision or everybody's opinion. I'm the kind of nigga to challenge your position. Right now, 90% of the people, 90% of the people, when you talk about this Tekashi situation, they all have the same reaction. Oh, that nigga's a snitch. That nigga's a snitch. And when I ask, no, it's true. Because he said it himself. He's not denying it. He even made a mascot saying, nigga, I'm a snitch. I'm a rat. So he's accepted the fact that he's a rat, right? Now, what I'm trying to say is, how many people are going to challenge the position that he was in without being scrutinized to feel that they less street or less real? That's number one. I don't need nobody's validation for my realism of who I am as a person. This is what I stand for, and I'm going to fight with it all the way to the end. Now, with him specifically, I know what he told me, and I know what I heard. And at the end of the day, like, I know niggas on both sides. And I'm telling you right now, in a situation like that, he should have never been put there. That's all I'm saying. Well, and then put there,
you keep put his
in that position, period. That's they only supposed to keep his ass in that situation. He's gonna be reckless, talk shit. That's what entertainers do.
Listen to me. Listen to you. Before I went to jail, right? All the funny and murder niggas, these is my mans. All of them, you know, X and all the BMO, not Pistol, because Pistol was already locked up. But the rest of the murder niggas is from my hood. These was the niggas that I was with every day. And they was prepared to put in work every time. I didn't go up.
That's my point right there. That's exactly my point. Why do the niggas around us gotta be prepared to put in work when the niggas around are supposed to prevent the work from being put in the first place?
What I'm trying to tell you is this. We went everywhere, right? They never created no drama for me, right? Because I never created no drama for them. They was there to make, these my niggas, they was prepared for anything. When you look at Tekashi 6ix9ine situation, that man picked beef with every nigga that was dangerous.
Yeah, because that's his character. He's a fucking villain. This is entertainment. He gonna get up to every skin that he can. That's the role he plays.
How you entertainment and you playing with a nigga that ain't playing? You can't play with a nigga that ain't playing.
I ain't never been this entertained in my life. This is why I'm so close. It is entertaining to me.
No, this shit ain't entertaining. Yo, listen to me. That man, listen to me. Con, standing next to that man, you can fuck around and lose your life. If
guess what?
You might accidentally get a bullet or something that's meant for that man.
Brother,
that man, everybody in the world. The man is a target. He's a target, right? He got beef with that he don't even know. Just want to be the nigga that said they did something to Tekashi.
And then why? But that's what I'm saying. What is the value in that? Just doing something to him?
No, but that's what I'm saying. What you still saying, Con, the bottom line, it's not about his value. What I'm trying to tell you is, if you can't pay.
Hold on, prime example. The fact that he would even have beef with people he don't even know yet. Like, why would there be beef there if we don't even know each other?
Your man said he went to jail. What's the entertainment about? Yo, Akon, did you go to jail? Was it entertaining when you was in jail?
Hell no.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. The nigga went to jail, and he put other niggas in jail. Where's the entertainment, Con?
Hip-hop was built on people going back and forth with each other.
He got kidnapped. Con, they fucked this girl. They was threatening to kill him. Where was the entertainment?
His own crew tried to kill him. Don't forget that part.
But you got to.
So at what point does code apply?
Can I ask you a question? Do you know what happened? Because I know a lot of different shit. So what happened with this, right? You say his whole crew. So what happens is this, right? I'm a street nigga, right? You bring me off the street. You know I got connections. You know niggas don't fuck with you because of me. So you run around. You use my strength. I'm out here. I got my niggas busted guns. We running up in here. We standing. We beefing with niggas that we actually know. Listen.
Fuck with until all niggas know. Niggas was fucking with him on a different level. Street niggas got around him. That's when all the problems began.
Nobody was fucking with him. What are you talking about?
Listen, before the street niggas was surrounded by him, he was doing fine in the Latin world, making fucking Latin music. Now,
bro, the man came out with the one song he came out with that all the blood niggas was in. What Latin world he was in? You knew something he did.
X
XP1000. Just shout them out, y'all.
Also female and
Shout them out. XP1000. Salute.
I don't know better. Viva Vendetta.
But I'm like, all right, now look, that's where I can respect it, cause like